Canada welcomed more refugees than any other nation last year, with more than 28,000 people entering our country. And thousands have decided to call Toronto home. But there's a desperate call to action for more accommodation in Canada's largest city. And as Camille Caramali reports, two cousins have offered a huge helping hand.
Welcome to the Yonge Street Refugee Shelter.
The doors are now open. Toronto's only city-run refugee center, located just north of downtown. It's also the first of its kind. Some who have been running for their lives, now with a place to rest their life's belongings.
This one's pretty big. We run a number of shelters throughout the city. This one with 200 beds is on the higher end.
It's actually a former Toronto Hydro building. The structure itself is about 80,000 square feet and sits on about 8 acres of land. And right now it's set up to accommodate about 200 refugees, 120 female occupants, and 80 male occupants.
But this isn't just a story about a refugee center. It's about the people behind it and the people who own it.
We really understand, the challenges that newcomers face.
Hamid and Hassam Gadaki are immigrants escaping a war-torn Iran in the 1980s.
It was difficult for me in a way. I didn't know the language.
They found success in Canada and wanted to give back.
They're not used to the culture, they're not used to the surroundings, how to navigate the city.
So they bought this former hydro building, the price tag a whopping $122 million. But they didn't know what to do with it until they saw a sign. Literally.
We saw a notice from the city that they were looking for shelter space to house refugees, newcomers, and so we jumped at that.
Now they rent it out to the city for a fraction of what they'd be making if they used it for other business ventures.
Knowing that the building would be used to help people that we empathize with, was definitely an important factor.
So this is the bed area.
Rows and rows of beds, computers, a dining hall, a social hall, and prayer rooms, and that's only about 2/3 of the huge building.
There is space should the City of Toronto choose to add more beds.
The city has a 2-year agreement with the Gadaki family, one that is almost certain to be extended. Camille Caramali, Global News.